How's it going, Jeremiahs? Just a few hours ago, the embargo has lifted on 3 brand new keyboards from Korg. The first one is the wave state wave sequencing synthesizer that is loosely based on the vector synthesis from Korg workstation released almost 30 years ago in the 1990s. And the second one is the Korg SV2, an update to the vintage stage piano SV1, one of the most unique looking stage pianos out there. And the third new keyboard from Korg is the one that we are interested in, and that is the Korg XE20 88-key Arranger piano keyboard. So what is this exactly? This is what happens when you get the recently released Korg B2 piano that gets frisky with the Korg EK50 Entertainer Keyboard, and that matrimony results in an offspring. If that sounds good to you, take a minute to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. The Korg XE20 seems to aim squarely between the eyes of the Yamaha DGX piano market, and it definitely looks like it's gonna trash the DGX piano in almost every aspect. Yet it costs up to 10% cheaper than the Yamaha DGX. Right now, the DGX-660 costs $859 US. However, the Korg XE20 will be selling for under $799 when it goes on sale next month. So in the last year, Casio also released 2 Arranger pianos that also has 88 keys. However, the feature list on these 2 Casio is a little bit more cumbersome to access due to its less convenient UI. The Korg XE20 targets the piano-centric performer who demands 88 graded hammer keys, and it comes with a triple pedal feature as well as a half pedaling function. However, there will be many piano players who lust after the fun accompaniment features of an Arranger keyboards. And this piano comes with 4 levels of touch sensitivity, so you can adjust it to your liking, and this is the same as the DGX-660. When you see the Korg XE20 for the first time, you will do a little double take because it uses the same chassis as the Korg B2 piano. In fact, on the left-hand side of the piano, you actually get the same buttons that you get on the standard Korg B2 piano that was launched just a few months ago. However, in the middle of the Korg XE20, you get the same LCD screen found on the Korg EK50, which makes it so much easier to select sounds on this Korg XE20 compared to the Korg B2. So one of the gripes I had about the Korg B2 is that, there wasn't a really quick way of selecting sounds, and it's definitely not suitable as a stage piano. You can actually get this Korg XE20 as a portable unit that you can just put on an X-stand and play on stage, or you can get it with the full furniture style cabinet in the SP variant. And the Korg XE20 comes with 88 graded hammer key action and comes with the lovely piano samples that you get in the Korg B2. In the Korg XE20, you get the same flagship Italian and sweet German piano sounds, and those comes with 184 notes of polyphony that is comparable to the Yamaha DGX polyphony count. The rest of the voices in the XE20, however, will only get 64 notes of polyphony, just like the Korg EK50. And the XE20 comes with more than 700 voices, and these include most, if not all, the voices found on the Korg EK50 as well as the Korg B2 combined. And this number of sounds is 460% more sounds than those found on the DGX-660, which only has a very measly 151 voices, and the 700 tones and voices found on the Korg XE20 is very comparable to those found on the Casio CDP S350, which also has 700 tones. However, one of the biggest selling points of the Korg EK50 is the ability to layer up to 3 voices, and that feature has been brought to the Korg XE20. This ability to layer up to 3 voices was only until recently reserved only for Yamaha's flagship Genos that cost upwards of $5,000. The voices on the Korg XE20 can also be split across the 88 keys if you decide to do so. The biggest fun in the XE20 comes from the built-in styles, and it actually incorporates the 280 styles brought in from the Korg EK50, and that is a whopping 35% more styles than the 205 styles that you find on the DGX-660. In addition, you have the ability to load a massive library of styles from the Korg PA as well as micro arranger keyboards. If you looked at my review of the Yamaha DGX-660, one of my biggest gripe is that it only came with one intro, one ending, and a variation A and B of a style. However, on this Korg XE20, you get 2 intros, you get 2 endings, and you get 4 variations of every single of those 280 styles. You also get a very nifty tempo lock, which is what I love when my students are practicing. It allows me to just freeze the tempo as they practice and slowly increment it. So this tempo lock is the equivalent of the tempo freeze feature found on Yamaha's higher end models like the Yamaha PSR SX or the Clavinova CVP models. But you get it right now on the Korg XE20. On the Korg B2, there is no ability to save any of your user settings if you decide to apply some effects to the voices on the Korg B2 voices. However, the EK50 has the ability to save user registration, and that is brought into the Korg XE20. And the Korg XE20 comes with 40 different slots for you to save your user registration, and that is 8 more slots than those found on the DGX-660. One of the things that stand out to me on the Korg XE20 are the built-in speakers. The built-in speakers of the Korg XE20 comes with an amplification wattage of 18 watts, and that is a whopping 300% more than the DGX-660 anemic 6 watts. For those who would like to record their playing in a multi-track scenario, on the Korg XE20 you get a 12-track sequencer, and that is twice as many tracks as the 6 found on the DGX-660. And as to be expected from a keyboard and a digital piano of this price point, you get the usual connectivity and performance options. You get things like the headphones port, you get the USB MIDI port, as well as a USB port for you to plug in your USB thumb drive. There is also a 3.5mm in auxiliary in port, as well as the ability to play back MP3, WAV, as well as MIDI files. A transposition feature as well as a nifty metronome is also available on the Korg XE20. I have been bitching loud and clear in my review of the Korg B2 piano. You know guys, I make unbiased independent reviews. Even though the manufacturers might supply me an instrument to review, I tell them that, you know, I will speak my mind. And one of the things that I don't like about the Korg B2 as well as the Korg B1 was that it uses a proprietary damper sustain pedal input. And now finally we get an additional 1/4" foot pedal input jack that you most likely will be able to assign to various features, and most likely will be able to assign it to a sustain feature. Well, I would have liked the keybed to be that found on the Korg D1 because that is a made in Japan GH3 keybed, which I really like. However, due to the price point, Korg has decided to use the Korg B2 keybed, which is decent but definitely not as good as that found on the Korg D1. But I am glad that Korg XE20 can be used as a very competent stage piano. It comes with 2 features that I myself personally love to use as a live musician. The first thing is it has a pair of stereo 1/4" output for you to connect to the PA system of the venue that you're performing, as well as the ability to save registration so you can quickly recall your favorite presets for live playing. And these feature the 1/4 inch output is sorely absent in the Yamaha DGX-660 and the Casio CDP S350. You will have to contend with using the output from the headphones jack of the DGX-660 as well as the Casio CDP S350, and that is definitely far from ideal. I hope you guys found this information in this video useful. I have arranged with Korg to provide me with a review unit and I can run it through its paces for you guys. If that sounds good to you, leave a comment below and I will do something about it. What about the wave state wave sequencing synthesizer? Do you guys want me to have a go at it? Although synthesizers isn't my forte, but if you guys want me to go through it and give you my thoughts on it, I would definitely put a request to Korg and see if I can get a review unit and tell you what I think about it. What about the SV2? The SV2 is a very competent stage piano and it definitely improves on a lot of the things that was lacking in the 10-year-old SV1. However, it is a pretty expensive stage piano and I'm not sure if you guys want my opinion on that. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up and hopefully Korg will read your comments and provide me with a review unit of the SV2 for me to run through its paces and tell you what I think from an unbiased, independent reviewer's point of view. Till the next time, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.